Hi, my name is Doug Meyer from Mountain Cat Guitars. We are a by-appointment guitar business located in Suffern, New York, which is roughly 25 miles outside of New York City. I've been selling guitars professionally for over 20 years. So long as I can remember, I was fascinated by music, and guitars in particular. As I got further into it, I became enamored with older forms of American music and the instruments that music was made on. In my early 20s, I moved to New York City to pursue music and was lucky enough to get a job at Chelsea Guitars, one of New York City's premier vintage guitar shops. I worked at Chelsea Guitars for many, many years, later becoming the manager. During my years at Chelsea Guitars, I learned from some of the most renowned vintage guitar and amp experts and met some of the greatest guitar players in the world and learned so much about music and guitars. After my years at Chelsea Guitars, I was fortunate enough to become the manager of one of my other favorite vintage guitar shops in New York City, where I continued to advance my knowledge of guitars and the guitar business. When it came time to do my own place, I wanted to do something a little different. Guitar shops over the years had changed and turned into a more volume-oriented, less customer service-oriented entity, and I didn't want my shop to be like that. I wanted my shop to be a place where guitar players could come, really enjoy the process of buying a guitar, and really relax and have fun. Guitar shops to me when I was young were magical places. When you opened the door, it was like entering another world. You would see lines of guitars and amplifiers, and something magical would just happen, and I want to recreate that for people nowadays. And because I wanted people to really be able to focus on the gear they came to see in a distraction-free environment, Mountain Cat Guitars is a by-appointment only shop. In addition to carrying a large amount of used and vintage guitars and amps, which have always been my specialty, we also carry a large amount of boutique or smaller builder guitars and amps. In the last few years, there's been a lot of interest in the boutique guitar movement. Small builders building things with much higher quality than you can get from the bigger companies, with much more of an attention to detail and attention to the craftsmanship and the materials being used. Someone coming by to see a vintage piece of gear I thought would be very interested in boutique guitars because the idea is somewhat the same. The original vintage guitars were made in small factories by builders who were trying to make very high quality products. The boutique guitars have the same thing in mind. A lot of attention is paid to the materials that are used and the workmanships, and a lot of them are very original, yet a lot of them are vintage inspired. I'm very proud to be working with these boutique builders. Their attention to detail on their instruments are just great, and I'm really happy to be able to share them with people who may not have encountered them in a bigger shop. We've even begun a bunch of exclusive build projects with some of the boutique builders, which are things that are built exclusively for our shop that we help design or help discuss with the builder, and that are very exciting and fun. We're very happy to share those with people too. We also have a full guitar repair shop here at Mountain Cat Guitars, run by my friend Craig Bauer. Craig and I worked together for many years in New York City guitar shops, and he was my first choice to run the guitar department here at Mountain Cat Guitars. We also have Travis Beck on staff, who's an amazing young guitar repair guy and also makes amazing custom guitar cables. We also work with a lot of outside luthiers for bigger jobs that we can't do here, such as heavier restorations and refinishing. Mountain Cat Guitars is easily accessible by Route 17, the New York State Thruway, the Garden State Parkway, and Jersey Transit trains come to Suffern. I still spend a lot of time in New York City and am available by appointment at a couple of locations in New York City. To learn more about Mountain Cat Guitars, please visit our website at mountaincatguitars.com or make an appointment, come on by and check out some cool guitars.